So, well, hey, whatever. I guess we're live. What's good? No intro today. I cannot believe that we are here, guys. We did it. We made it. We made it this far. I'm still at a loss for words. I'm still at a loss of words of how do we react to this game? All I know at the end of the day is the San Francisco 49ers are victorious. We are back. We're gonna have victory donuts. We're gonna have to figure it out. I'm for sure. I don't know if victory donuts are gonna happen tonight, but I might have to have some victory Monday donuts all together, especially to honor the way the 49ers offensive line played today. Man, I'm still trying to figure out and catch my breath and figure out what the hell just happened. Oh my goodness. How is everyone feeling? We've had a couple hours to kind of talk it through. Oh, Jake. Jake wants to make a bet. Hey, we'll see you next week, Jakey. We see you next week, Jake. We're coming. 49ers are coming to the frozen tundra. 49ers are headed to Green Bay to face off the Packers rematch of week 3. Oh my goodness. Now, hey, we talked about this. We talked about this all year. We talked about we want the Packers. Though that's a team that we feel comfortable playing. I think it was kind of similar to how the 49ers felt comfortable about playing the Cowboys because we understood the matchups, we understood how everything was working going into that game. I think going again, it is going to be extremely difficult to go to Lambeau Field to go play in the middle of January, but we wouldn't want anything else. We wouldn't want it any other way. San Francisco 49ers are headed to yet another round of the playoffs. Feels great, baby. That's one game closer. That's one game closer to my feels great baby tattoo. I mean, is it going to happen? Are the 49ers going to actually make it and win the Super Bowl? And I actually have to get the tattoo? I don't know. I don't know. Tattoo Super Bowl. I think I would absolutely sacrifice getting tattooed if the 49ers can go all the way to the Super Bowl. But let's talk about that game. Let's talk about everything. Let's talk about the highs. I mean, it's just crazy. Everything that came down. I obviously want to highlight Trent Williams. Trent Williams, man, has played in this league for 12 years. Trent Williams has been a journeyman. He not a journeyman. He's been in the league. He's been around. He's been one of the best players in the NFL, arguably best at his position for the majority of his career. For Trent Williams to be in the league for 12 years, guys, to be in the league for 12 years and get his first playoff victory today, like, man, tip your cap. Debo Samuel was talking about at the podium a little bit earlier today. He was like, man, I've been in the league for 3 years and I've been to the playoffs now for 2 of them. On the flip side, you got guys like Trent Williams who have been the best at their position the majority of their career, haven't even sniffed the playoffs, man. So I'm really happy for Trent and like what that means because Trent Williams was talking about it today at the podium. He was saying someone asked him, out of all the accolades you've ever won, now he's got the all pro. He got the all pro, was able to notch that off the list. I believe he's a 9-time Pro Bowler. He was a first round draft pick. He's a stud in college. They said after all those accolades, what means most to you? The accolades or this playoff win? And he said this playoff win. And that should tell you right then and there exactly what all this means to these players, guys like Trent Williams inside that locker room. Man, you absolutely love to see it. The Wi-Fi not working good. Hold on one sec, man. Hold on one sec. All right. Okay. I think I should be back. We did a little reset. Hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't kill us too much. But who else should we talk about? Um Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell's balling. Elijah Mitchell is really turning into a solid running back for the San Francisco 49ers. The way he runs, I'm feeling personally very comfortable when it comes to watching Elijah Mitchell run the ball. Like that guy does not go down on first contact. He constantly pushes the ball forward. Doesn't matter if gets hit in the backfield. It doesn't matter. First contact, Elijah Mitchell is constantly getting yards. It really is something that, you know, I got to watch Elijah Mitchell at the Senior Bowl up close and personal. That's where I first got to, he showed up on my radar. But the 49ers drafted him in the 6th round. We saw him at training camp, not really tackling in training camp. So it's really hard to get a strong sense of that from these guys. But Elijah Mitchell, man, that dude is a beast. Now we highlight a lot of other players, but Elijah Mitchell today, 27 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, Elijah Mitchell deserves a game. Like he deserves a pat on the back, whatever you want to give him. Elijah Mitchell deserves it. He's been fantastic as a rookie for the San Francisco 49ers. Absolutely love how that you see Kyle use both Elijah Mitchell and Debo Samuel in the backfield. Debo Samuel went off per usual, 10 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown for Debo as a rusher. And I mean, like Debo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, that's, I think, what Kyle probably envisioned for Raheem Mostert and Elijah Mitchell. Raheem Mostert, again, we talked about him all offseason being one of the most important players to the offense. And we lost him week one. And we did not really know how we were going to overcome that. We really didn't know. And we thought, okay, well, we got Trey Sermon too. Well, we know what happened with Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon is dealing with injury, and, he's a rookie himself, so he's still coming along. We didn't really know what was going to happen. But Elijah Mitchell, week by week, got better and better each week. Every game that went by, Elijah Mitchell, we're like, who? Like, Elijah is balling right now. And I think he's playing his best football these last 3 games. The Texans game, Rams game, and this game against the Cowboys. Elijah Mitchell is running fantastically. I mean, the vision, the power, the speed, he's still getting better. You can see that's the best part. The best part about watching Elijah Mitchell is you can see he's going to get better. And so that's what I'm most excited about. I'm excited about Elijah Mitchell, not only what he's going to do in the rest of the playoffs. Hey, 49ers, running backs, Packers, maybe Elijah Mitchell takes over for the boy Mostert and gets this team moving in the right direction, because we know they want to run the football. We see what happens when, they kind of get away from that sometimes. Not always the best, but we know they want to run the football. We know that's what they want to do with consistency. Elijah Mitchell, Debo Samuel have turned into that 1-2 punch that we were looking for from Elijah Mitchell or Mostert and potentially Elijah Mitchell. I mean, I I don't know what's going on with Jeff Wilson necessarily. I don't think he's been bad for the 49ers at all this year. But he's just, it's really looking like we're full blown committed to Elijah Mitchell and Debo Samuel running out of the backfield, and it's working. So I will not complain. I will not complain at all. Some other guys that let's highlight. Some other guys that let's highlight. Let's highlight Brandon Ayuk. Can we talk about Brandon Ayuk a little bit? Can we talk about Brandon Ayuk? Can we talk about how difficult a year this was for Brandon to get going? Like, we talk about the doghouse. I 100% believe in my heart that the Kyle Shanahan doghouse is a real thing. I do. I believe that. I believe Kyle Shanahan, he is a wide receiver from the Texas, like when he was with Texas, University of Texas. That's his position group. You have Wes Welker there, but I really think that's Kyle's group. I really do. I really think Kyle is a wide receiver guy. Just like if I was a head coach, I would be an O-line guy. That would be my room. I would be an O-line guy. Even if I was a head coach, even if I was a play caller, my group would be the O-line. So with Brandon to make it through, obviously those two didn't see eye to eye at the beginning of the year. And whether it is either's fault, whose fault literally does not matter. What matters is that we saw someone enter the doghouse and we saw someone exit it, and that and in a positive fashion, not in a fashion where they get cut or released. See Dante Pettis, see Richie James, see a laundry list of wide receivers that haven't been able to make it through the requirements of what Kyle wants. Brandon made it. Brandon made it. Let's go. I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for Ayuk. I'm so happy that through the crazy year that he had, like he is performing. Again, CeeDee Lamb was on the other side. If you're on Instagram, you know very well that I have a soft spot in my heart for CeeDee Lamb. The CD Hive will never die. But who was the better wide receiver today? The better wide receiver today was Brandon Ayuk. And there's no questioning it. There's no questioning it. Brandon Ayuk was the best wide receiver. If you're comparing straight up to CeeDee Lamb, again, that's my boy. Like CeeDee Lamb's my son. I still speak of him as if he's my son. Brandon Ayuk outplayed him hands down, not even close. Brandon Ayuk, if Jimmy hit Brandon Ayuk, man, if Jimmy hit Brandon Ayuk, that highlight of him cooking Trayvon Diggs out there on an island, just hitting that inside move, boom, sticking his foot in the ground, cutting back outside. Oh boy, that would be running on a loop because too, that specific play probably would have iced the game in that moment. But as we know, the game kept going and it got a lot more intense. But if Ayuk can get his hands on that ball where he cooked Trayvon Diggs, so one of the things that what I think I love and what I think what they noticed on tape was they noticed on tape that Trayvon Diggs, oh, okay, he gets a lot of interceptions, right? He gets a lot of turnovers. I've never watched I'm not going to pretend like I watched Cowboys football. I'm locked in on the Niners, baby. So when I'm watching Trayvon Diggs today, you could see on the very first play in which Brandon Ayuk broke free, it was like they were baiting him. They were baiting him into trying to undercut a throw. They kept it was like they kept that pulling him in because you could see the tendency that he wanted to undercut the route and he wanted to cut off the throw. And on the first route in which Brandon Ayuk broke it pretty deep, that one big play that he had a bunch of big plays, but that one where he's running across the side and splits upfield, you could see it felt like a timing thing. It's like if Trayvon Diggs is going to undercut you and sit in that inside hip pocket and try to undercut and intercept the throw, when you feel that, cut up field. And that's what it felt like. It felt like they had a game plan based on traits. Again, we scout a lot, right? It felt like there was a specific game plan on Trayvon Diggs based on traits. They know the 49ers like to run slants. So Trayvon Diggs was biting tough on those slants. He was coming down hard. And so what are you going to do? Okay, come down hard. We're going to freaking dust you. And that's what Brandon Ayuk did on that one play. If he would have made it, like I said, that play would be running on repeat because of Trayvon Diggs, how the NFL has propped up Trayvon Diggs. And for Brandon Ayuk to come in there and put that dude on skates multiple times that game. Let's talk about Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk had a day. Gammon Brown on YouTube says, can we talk about you and the SDS? Nah, I like to talk about things like I'm good at scouting and stuff like that, like prospects that I like. That's about as far talking about me as possible. But if we want to talk about the Sourdough Squad, I'll talk about the Sourdough Squad all day. Sourdough Squad is absolutely undefeated. SDS gang in the building. Who knows? Maybe a late night gang episode pops up, but the SDS Squad is the best squad of all squads. I'm just saying. SDS, Sourdough Squad, undefeated. Drop an SDS in the chat just because. Why not? Just because, why not? Gammon says best wide receiver, Michael Irvin today. 1-0 on predictions. Nice. Taking his shots. Let's go. We see the squad of all squads. Let's go. Justin says here late, but did we talk about putting clamps on Lamb? No, we just got done talking about Brandon Ayuk. We just got done talking about how Brandon Ayuk absolutely demolished Trayvon Diggs, but I did compare Brandon Ayuk to CeeDee Lamb. I explained that CeeDee Lamb is my son and I hold him in high regard. Brandon Ayuk absolutely outplayed CeeDee today. Brandon Ayuk absolutely outplayed CeeDee Lamb, and I am here for it. I could care less. I love you, CeeDee. I really do. You're my boy. But let's go. Brandon Ayuk all day. That's what I care about. I'm super hyped. We see all the SDSs in the chat. Let's go. We see the squad. All right. So we talked about Brandon Ayuk a little bit. We talked Debo. Like, what do we say about Debo? Like, what is there to really say about Debo that hasn't been said? That preface it with that hasn't been said, right? Debo. My God, man. Like, you guys know on Instagram, if you've been rocking with the page for a couple years now, you know we were high on Debo. We mocked Debo in the second round on our final mock. Like, we're hot and heavy on Debo. We liked Debo. We liked, admittedly, Keel Harry and AJ Brown. Bunch of other guys coming out of that class. There was such a good wide receiver class. Justin Jefferson, all those guys. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy with where we're at right now. Very happy with Debo Samuel. The 49ers drafted that guy. The toughness he brings to the table. I mean, it's like the combination of toughness. It's the combination of speed and burst. Like, there is no one like Debo. There isn't. There is no one like Debo in the NFL right now. Like, and you could see some of those traits coming out of South Carolina. You could see what would make him special, but the way he's developed since being on the 49ers is fantastic. Like Debo's doing things like, I mean, it's insane. Super happy to have Debo Samuel on the team. Like, I thought Debo could be in for a down year. I will admit it. I would admit it. I thought Debo Samuel could be going into a down year. We didn't know, though. I thought maybe Ayuk would have a better year, but it was flipped. And Debo Samuel, no, I got no problems. Debo is turned into one of the best players in the NFL. And it's been freaking insane. Let's go. Tell him, my boy. He said Debo Samuel, big stepping. Oh, dude, he is. He is right now. He's on another level. He's big stepping into the end zone. He's big stepping through people's face. Like, he's doing all kinds of stuff. He's just like big step. Like, Debo's going crazy right now. Like, Debo's putting up a type of year that I don't think I've ever seen. Like, if we really think about it, we take a step back and we look at everything and we look at how Debo Samuel's playing. Have we really seen anyone play like Debo Samuel before? Like, and again, it's cliche sometimes to say stuff like that, like, oh, 101 and things like that. But when you look at Debo, like, who are we comping that man to? Like, who are we comping that man to? I got no idea. Who else plays like that, man? Who else? People want to say Cordell Patterson. No, not even in the same category. Not, I mean, they play similarly stylistically, the ability to play in space, but I mean, pound for pound, it's not even close. Debo's unreal. Unreal. TO spam in the chat. Okay. Um, let's see. So we talked about Brandon Ayuk balling. Talked about Debo Samuel balling. We talked about Elijah Mitchell balling. We talked about Juwan Jennings a little bit. We talked about Juwan Jennings a little bit. Juwan Jennings continues to step in and be that perfect, like, KB replacement that we've been looking for. Because you guys remember, we went into this offseason talking a lot about just talking a lot about who's going to be that third guy. Who's going to be that third guy to step in for the San Francisco 49ers and be that chain mover and be that guy on third downs where you have to have it. You got to have a play. It might not be that involved all game, but you need someone to step up. I mean, Juwan Jennings is turning into a revelation for the 49ers and what he's able to do. Like, it's been fantastic what Jennings is turning into. And again, this is his really first year. Oh, yeah, we smoking that Dallas pack fat. We're smoking that Jerry Jones loud tonight. Everyone, go out. If you don't have any, go and get your Jerry Jones loud at your local corner store. You will be able to find some. I guarantee it. Go get the Jerry Jones loud and twist up with me because we're R.I.P. Bozos. R.I.P. Bozos. Sorry, Cowboys. Did you see that video of Cowboys fans? Did you see that video of Cowboys fans? Oh, people buying me badges. I appreciate you. I see you guys buying the badges. Good looking. Oh yeah. Like, did you see that video of it was Dallas fans booing the Cowboys players as they were coming off the field and they're throwing trash and drinks at them? Oh. Oh. For the Cowboys players themselves. We're smoking that Cowboys pack tough tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't smoke, pour up a drink because it's going to be lovely. We're relishing this moment of destroying the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care how we won. We won. And that pack is hitting different right now. That Trayvon Diggs pack, that Dak Prescott pack. Oh, that Micah Parsons pack. We talk about that Micah Parsons pack hitting tough right now because Chris Royal says Parson needs to go back to Harrisburg. Where oh, boy. Oh, Squad coming in with that heat. He said Parson needs to go back to Harrisburg where he can actually bully a bully. Hashtag Cowboy Soft. Hashtag NFC least. Man, we smoking that Parsons pack too. It is a great day to be a fan of the 49ers. I'll tell you. It is a great day to be a fan of that 49. The Tony Romo pack. Hell, we're twisting up the entire legacy of the not Green Bay Packers. They're next week of the Dallas Cowboys, and we're sparking. We're sparking tonight. Gammon says Debo, the inverse of Marshall Falk, Roger Craig. Oh, you go way back for that comp. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. But I still think he's different than both of those players. Very different. The kid Eric. I appreciate the $20 super chat, my boy. He says, you think the Packers are like the Cowboys? If I just read that part of the question, in a sense, but obviously we understand Aaron Rodgers is a complete difference maker. Like, yes, I like Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. I think he's good. But he's not Aaron Rodgers, and not even close. And unfortunately, Zeke Elliott is not Zeke Elliott anymore. Zeke Elliott is like the dollar version of himself. Like, he is just not who he once was, that elite running back that we all come to come to know, draft number 1 in fantasy drafts, he's not that guy anymore. Zeke Elliott is headed towards the Todd Gurley path, like always hurt and just doesn't have that explosiveness like he used to have. So I think the Packers are from a like pure player personnel standpoint, I think they're better. I think they're a better team. I think they're similar in certain stylistic categories, but overall, I think the Packers are the Packers. And I think they're better than the Cowboys. The kid Eric goes on to say the Cowboys played some weaker teams, question mark. Packers got beat by the teams we beat. They aren't as scary to me as people say they are. Just hope we have Fred and Nick back. Yeah, I hope we have Fred and Nick back. And thank you again for the contribution, my guy. I really, really do appreciate that. All that stuff helps, man. But I would agree. You know, they aren't as scary to me either. They aren't. I mean, we've talked about it, right? Like we've talked about it on Instagram. We've talked about it on YouTube before. Like we've talked about how we like our matchup, the way we match up against Green Bay. However, the great neutralizer now is going to be the weather. I think it's going to play a factor. I'm not going to be naive to the fact that it could be like -3 degrees when the 49ers go over to Green Bay and play the Packers. I'm not that. Hey, I've played in elements before. I played on a field where it was 125 degrees on the field. That stuff doesn't matter. It matters. It matters when you can't feel your feet or your feet are burning off. Like those things matters. It changes how you play, changes how you move through a game, changes the mentality aspect of it. So that's something that we have to pay attention to. It's going to be freezing, but hey, this team travels well. They play on the road well. So we can do it. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Ain't nothing new to this Niner gang. You can see it. It feels like this. This team feels different. I don't know about you guys. This team feels a little different. It feels like, I mean, it's not pretty. Have we played a game yet this year where it's like it's pretty? Like where we've like went through 60 minutes of football. And we're like, yeah, it's good 60 minutes of football. Other than week 10 against the Rams, that was a good 60 minutes of football. Week 11 against the Jags, that was a good 60 minutes worth of football. Yeah, so there's a couple games. There's about 2 or 3, but overall it's been a gritty road to get here. And I think it's fitting that we have to go through. I think it's fitting that we have to go through Green Bay. I think it is. I think it's fitting. I am just there. 8 says only fan out of Texas bar. Good luck, man. Don't get jumped. Don't get jumped, please. We need you around. Don't get jumped. Oh boy, I'm way behind. My goodness. Oh, Niners versus Pack prediction. California Bear thinks the Pack are good too. I'm not ready for my prediction yet. I gotta do my homework first. I gotta see how the week goes. I gotta feel it out. I'm not quite ready for the prediction yet, California Bear. I'm not quite there, but come back around and remind me in a couple days. I will give you my prediction. Thoughts on Romo being a big Cowboys fanboy today? I mean, David, what did you expect? What did you expect? Like there's a whole they wanted Romo to be doing the call. They wanted that. They wanted to do it all. And I liked it. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I think Romo's a good announcer. I think the perspective that he brings and also the perspective that he brings as a Cowboy fan, I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed listening to Tony Romo kind of like watch the team. Like he was calling them out. He's like, man, if they keep doing penalties like this, if they keep doing that, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Hey, he was right. And Troy Aikman was really salty as well. Troy Aikman was big salty that he didn't get a call that game, and they picked Tony Romo over him. Gammon says, better contract, Dak or Jimmy's? 26 versus 31. To me, it's Dak. I think, yeah. For me, that's not too hard of a question. I think, I'm not going to get into a conversation about Jimmy Garoppolo's contract, but I would say if you're going to ask me, Dak. has the better contract. The kid Eric says, no problem on the donations. LOL. I won big on bets today. Let's go. He's sharing the wealth. He's sharing the wealth. Eric's winning big on bets and he's sharing the wealth. We see you, my boy. Glad that the 49ers cashed out for you. Hopefully, if you guys were watching, you had any bets on this game. I can't imagine having money on this game as well as just being a fan of this game. The combination of the two probably would have given me a heart attack, especially if I was betting on things like I don't know. Like that would be too much for me. I can't bet on games. I can't bet on games and be a fan at the same time. That's too much for me. That just pushes me over the edge. Oh my boy. I see you with this with the badge. I appreciate you, Tyler. I appreciate that, man. I see you. But yeah, I can't bet. I can't bet and do it's too much for me. That's too much for me. I'll make money and I'll make money a different way. I can't I can't do that. Yeah, tell him, Google. My boy CeeDee Lamb didn't do nothing, and I'm so happy about it. I couldn't be happier that the fact that CeeDee Lamb got shut out. That's my boy. But man, I couldn't be happier that CeeDee Lamb got shut out today. He didn't get shut out. He almost got shut out. Really, really good though. I see someone that catch me with the question said Ambry Thomas. What is my opinion on him? I like Ambry Thomas, man. I like Ambry Thomas a ton. Again, I'm a big developmental guy. I love developmental football. Even guys that you look at them and they're like, oh yeah, year one, they don't look like much. But year two, hell, year three, year four, it takes guys longer to process things much more than everyone's different. All right. Everyone's different in how they develop, especially football players. Not all football players are going to walk onto the field and be legit day one. It's just not how it works. It takes time to build it up and build confidence and do all those types of things. So with Ambry Thomas, we've talked about it all the time this year. His development has been fantastic because we got a baseline. I got a baseline understanding of what Ambry Thomas was at training camp. I went to training camp for as many days as I could go. And I got to watch Ambry Thomas. And I got to watch Ambry Thomas get dusted a lot. Look a step behind almost on every play. And in preseason, do the same. And to the point where the 49ers desperately needed cornerbacks, and they weren't putting Ambry in. They just weren't doing it. They didn't feel comfortable. They felt it was going to be a liability or a detriment to his potential developmental path. They weren't going to put him in. They were going to put in Josh Norman in front of him. That's how sketch it was looking there for a second. It was looking sketch. Like when Josh Norman was being Josh Norman and Ambry couldn't see the field, we're like, oof, I don't know, because we're not at practice every day. We don't get to see. I got the last thing that I saw, and then I see that stuff. You're like, oh God. But from going to the Bengals, going through that situation, hey, Jamar Chase, he's a great wide receiver. Great wide receiver. He got Ambry a couple times. Ambry made a couple silly rookie mistakes in that game. 2 hands to the face penalties that took away a sack and an interception. So Ambry, his debut was a little rocky. It wasn't great. But then you go to the Falcons game, and then, okay, he's in position now. Because remember, when I talked about him in training camp, he was always a step behind. So the fact that Ambry Thomas against the Falcons was in phase with these wide receivers on every play, just wasn't making the actual play, but he was in phase. And then Titans game, revelation. Held A.J. Brown to 46 yards, put the clamps on A.J. Brown a couple times. I think that game for Ambry Thomas against the Titans was a huge coming out game for him. I felt like that game against A.J. Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, just was a completely just totally helped his confidence. Totally helped his confidence. And since then, against the Texans, against the LA Rams, and even today, I think Ambry Thomas has proven that he's going to be a starting quarterback for this team. And I think that's fantastic. Like, do we agree? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm hella confident in Emmanuel Mosley. Like, I think Emmanuel Mosley is a cornerback one. To me, he's proven it. You know, we saw him get beat on I think one or two plays today, but majority of the time Mosley was doing his job, playing his technique and doing what he's supposed to do. Ambry Thomas, man, I feel like we can confidently say, like, going into next year, like, if someone were to say, like, hey, your starting cornerbacks are going to be Emmanuel Mosley, who's under contract, and Ambry Thomas, who's heading into year 2, I think we all feel good about that, right? Because again, in the same context in which we go from training camp, then we go from Bengals game, Falcons game, Titans game, there's a progression of development. That's what football is. All guys develop in different ways, at different paces. Um, but I think we can say, with how we've seen Ambry Thomas develop, he's only going to keep developing. That's the best part about these rookies. That's why I love watching Elijah Mitchell play, is because I can see where he was lacking earlier in the year. And we were just like, man, if it clicks for him, if that vision just starts to click for him, he will become one of the better running backs in the league. And that's what's happening. It is clicking for Elijah Mitchell. These last, was it 3 weeks that Elijah Mitchell's played? Fantastic. Same thing you can say for Ambry Thomas. So with Ambry Thomas heading into this offseason, I feel fantastic. Like, you guys can see, I got Diamador Lenore jersey behind me. I had a lot of high hopes for Diamador, but he, again, we're not at practice every day. We don't know what's going on. But maybe the coaching staff is not wanting to put him in a position to get down on himself. So who knows? Who knows what his development looks like? Don't give up on Diamador. Do not give up on Diamador. Do not, because when I talk about player development, like I said, it's not linear. It is not the same for every person. Diamador's development will not be the same as Ambry Thomas, and vice versa. So I'm very excited about Ambry. I think Ambry is going to be someone that we can rely on here. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty damn cool. I think I missed like 400 super chats on my Ambry Thomas rant. I'm going to try to go back and pick some up. Sorry, guys. Where'd they go? Dallas chat post game, blow it up. What they saying? I don't know what they're saying. I appreciate the contributions, man. My guy Gammon coming in tough today. We see you. Tyler just sending the super sticker. I appreciate you, man. Let's see what else. I know there's another one somewhere. No, I think I got it. Never mind. Okay, caught up. Sorry. And if you guys have been buying I'm new to the IG badges, so if you guys have been buying badges, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, guys. I really do. Ooh, I like that question. Who's my MVP of the game? Dang, that is tough question. That's a tough question because honestly, gosh, like, I feel like Fred Warner was creating a ruckus. Eric Armstead was. DJ Jones had a day. Charles Omenihu. Did you guys know Charles Omenihu had a sack and a half? Did you know he had a sack and a half? Shout out Charles. Charles had like potentially game-changing play down there at the end. Like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Charles. We traded him from Texas mid-year. DJ Jones came away with the sack. I'm going to say defensive line. Can I give it to a group? Can I give it to a unit? Can I give the MVP to a unit? Because, like, we talk about injuries so much with the San Francisco 49ers to the point where we have PTSDs. We have PTSD as a fan base about injuries, like to the point where I will make a post and people will lose their minds because it says update and a player and it shows a player's picture. We have injury PTSD. Injuries have affected this team quite a bit. So when we think about going into this game, the 49ers are already down 2 starters on the defensive line before they've even taken a snap. And that has been the case for the entirety of the year. The 49ers have been without D Ford and Javon Kinlaw pretty much all year. Maurice Hurst, he was my defensive player of training camp, and he's been hurt all year. I guarantee you, Maurice Hurst, if he could stay healthy, he would be a starter and he would be in the rotation. The 49ers have been down key players on the defensive line for the entirety of the year, all year, nonstop. Guys are changing positions. Eric Armstead is getting shoved down into the interior. They're having to do different things. Again, they talked about Arden Key having to go from a third down role to a every down role in this game. So I'm going to give it to the D-line, man. Like, I'm just going to give it to the D-line because of what everyone did. Samson Ebukam came away with the half sack. Nick Bosa came away with the half sack. Kevin Givens came away with the half sack. Arden Key got a sack. I mean, obviously playing D-line is a lot more about than just sack production. But they pressured Dak. I mean, and we've seen it. We've seen it, right? We've seen the 49ers. We've seen when the 49ers need something to go their way. A lot of it comes down to the defensive line, creating pressure, creating poor throws, creating the quarterback to move off their spots, force bad throws, to get the 49ers the opportunity to get the ball back. And that all starts up front with that D-line. So I think I'm going to have to give the MVP to the unit. And again, with Bosa going out early, arguably the best player on the team, they still kept it rolling. So I'm going to give the MVP to the D-line. I think the D-line balled out today. I'm very happy with them. They kept us in the game. They kept us active. I'm going to give it to the D-line. There's a lot of good guys to give it to. Obviously, tons of guys on the offensive side. Debo Samuel is probably going to be a name that a lot of people will go to. I think that's the easy answer. But I'm going to go D-line. I'm giving D-line MVP of the game. I think they did great. Chris Royal says, need to keep Mitchell fresh and sprinkle in. Dude, hey. Well, I thought Jeff Wilson would get a little bit more run than he's gotten the last couple weeks, but hey, I don't know. Debo and Elijah have been doing it pretty tough. Tyler says DJ Jones, though. DJ Jones has been great. He really has. I mean, we've seen it. DJ Jones, I was a big fan of DJ Jones coming out when the 49ers drafted him in the 6th round because of his skill set. I've talked to you guys about this all the time, man. I like squatty body D tackles. If my D tackles are about 6'2", 300, but got a fire first step and are strong, oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like big body D tackles too. I'm not gonna lie, 6'5", 330. Yeah, I like that. But I can't lie. I like 6'2", 300. Great first step quickness, solid hand moves, the swims, the swipes, the rips, the clubs. Like when you get a big boy in the middle that can hold his ground, but he's kind of got a little leverage thing going for him. Like he's a little smaller. Like DJ Jones isn't some massive human in there. I mean, he might be massive to regular people's standards, but I think the football standards, he's pretty average from a size standpoint. You might even consider him undersized. And I like what he's able to do. Again, it's working leverage, working speed, working hands. DJ Jones is killing it this year, man. DJ Jones is killing it. King Geo says Robbie Gould MVP last 2 weeks. Okay. Yep. Okay. Robbie Gould did his thing today. Hey, Robbie Gould did his thing today. So we are very grateful and thankful for that. 100%. Robbie Gould did his thing today. You want to give the MVP to Robbie Gould? I won't get mad at it. Kelt said it's going to be colder than a witch kid show. kid show. Kelts is saying it's going to be cold in Green Bay. We've seen in Buffalo what an athletic quarterback can do and a pocket passer can do. Oh, no, I hope this isn't a Trey Lance conversation. We're tapped out on Trey Lance conversations. The only way we're going to talk about Trey Lance, and with all due respect to Trey Lance, if he plays, that's about it. There's no conversations there. We can watch that game, maybe like a couple things here or there that Jimmy does. Maybe don't like a couple things that he does. Doesn't matter. He's the quarterback. I think it's so abundantly clear that Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for this team. Like, hell, all respect to Trey Lance, and if he comes in and we need him, I have no problems with Trey Lance. You guys know I think Trey Lance is extremely talented. But this is absolutely Jimmy Garoppolo's team. No matter what, whether we like it or we don't like it, this is Jimmy Garoppolo's team. Justin E says, "Yo, Brad, you're talking about D-line so much. I gotta ask, do you ever?" I did not check him. Damn, I clearly have been distracted. I've clearly been distracted, Justin. I got the post-it right here. Like, it's like you can see the name. Like, I got it right here. It's right here in front of my screen. I will watch him, but give me a couple days. Content's been nuts over here. I have not done any draft prep, but I appreciate you, Justin, man, for checking in on me, and I will give you a good scouting report on him. I promise, just for you and only you, Justin. Only you. No one else. No one else. But he goes on to say, this guy that he wants me to watch, George. I hate names because I butcher them. George K. I'm just going to call him George K. Carl Laftis. He says 11.8% pressure rate as a freshman and sophomore, 18.1% pressure rate as a junior. Ooh, those are good numbers. I like pressure. So I like that. That's good. That's fire. So I'm going to check him out. I promise you. But keep bugging me if I don't. If I don't, just keep bugging me. You know this ADHD squirrel brain is just all over the place. So sometimes you got to like poke me a bunch of times to be like, hey, focus. And I'm like, oh, focus. All right. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Fred and Bosa update. So I would say the only thing that I could possibly say about Fred Warner is I don't know specifically, but I did see him walking and looking normal. That's a good sign. After the game, they were saying he was trying to like warm up and get back into the game. It sounded like it was an ankle and not a knee. But based on the initial body language that I've seen of Fred Warner since the game's been over, he looks okay. So far, my initial concern on Fred is very low when it was very high. Obviously, when we see non-contact injuries, we hold our breath. Like, we instantly go, oh, it's either ACL, it's either MCL, it's Achilles, like it's soft tissue. Like, we don't like those. Those are scary. So when Fred went down on non-contact, we were very nervous, but it seems to be trending in the right direction. I don't want to give you wrong information because I don't know, but it seems to be trending in the right direction with Fred Warner. With Nick Bosa, I saw this from Matt Mayoko. Again, I don't want to push you in the wrong direction, so don't quote me on this. But it does sound like it's a concussion with Bosa. So both things considered, I think the scariest outcome, which is injuries that are done for the year, I feel like we can rule those off the table. I don't feel like we had any I don't feel like we had any season-ending injuries, which is positive. But we will continue to monitor what's going on with Fred, what's going on with Bosa. But in regards to season ending, I think we dodged a bullet with those two. I think we dodged a bullet, so I think we're going to be all right in that particular instance. Oh yeah, we're talking draft already. This is dope. Dawson Landis says, "Should we focus on defense in the draft or go offense in free agency?" Dawson, it's going to be a beautiful mix of both. It is going to be a beautiful mix of both. Obviously, the 49ers don't have a first round pick. We're going to have to see where the value lies in the second round and third round to start to try and stack value and see which prospects we like and fit into those value molds. But to be honest, when it comes to free agency, when it comes to the draft, it is going to be a beautiful mix because you never know. There could be a position of need which the 49ers would much rather fill in free agency than than a draft pick. And I'm going to guarantee you, and if the 49ers want someone to play sooner rather than later, then that position is going to likely come from free agency. I think we've started to understand, they'll play rookies, but only if they have to. They'll play rookies, but literally only if they have to play rookies. So if there are any spots where they want key contributors year one, they were most likely going to go to free agency, whatever money they can wrangle up to sign players, because we're going into the season. Oh, IG's down. Knew that was going to happen. Yeah, where did my charger go? Oh well, sorry guys. They know I'm on YouTube. I think the biggest thing with I think it's going to come from both. But like I said, if they want an impact, it's probably going to be from free agency. From the draft, it's developmental. I don't know if they're going to be looking for day one contributors from the draft necessarily. This team doesn't really feel like they try to do that unless they have to. Mike says thoughts on Eman and Ambry. Also, current forecast says it will be high of 11 and low of -3 in Green Bay Sunday. Let's go. I love Ambry. I just got done talking about Eman and Ambry. I feel pretty confident about those two going into 2022 as our starters at cornerback. I feel pretty good about it. If that's who you told me we're going to be our starting cornerbacks, I'd be okay. That's all right. I clearly want better depth at the position, much better, deep at cornerback, but I like our starters. If those two are the guys, it's going to be who's going to be our slot. Is it going to be bring K1 back? Probably not. Is it going to be Diamador Lenore going to step into that role? We're going to find out. We are going to find out. Luke Luna says, here's to winning. I appreciate you, my guy. Happy birthday. We got the birthday dub for Luke. You love to see it. You really, really do. You love to see it. But man, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. This next week of content is going to be fantastic. Fantastic. I don't have a particular grading system. I just have a lot of years of watching offensive line play, and I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And I have a really strong idea of how to stack value and traits. But I don't grade. I don't have a grading system. There are grading systems. Like I could grade these guys if I really wanted to. But I feel pretty confident in my ability to watch traits and evaluate traits that I don't have to grade. Probably help a little bit. But yeah, I don't grade offensive line. I don't have a particular grading system. But yeah. Let's see. We've talked about it was nice having Azeez Al-Shaair back, right? Nice having Azeez Al-Shaair back. That was dope. It's good to see Aziz out there making plays. Dre Greenlaw, hell, obviously we'll monitor what goes on with Fred Warner. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Hopefully he'll be back and everything works out. But we're going to find out. But I think if it did come down to Aziz Alshair and Dre Greenlaw being our only linebackers, I feel confident in those two. Those two are studs. Verrett's a free agent. I mean, the only way I see Verrett coming back is if he goes out and tests the market. I think kind of similar to what he did this year. Didn't really get any looks. Didn't get the money that he wanted, so he resigned with the 49ers on a 1-year deal. I think it's around $5 million. So I think him, Verrett, and Mostert. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with those two, because I think if you asked them, I think they'd want to come back. But it's the situation of injury, age, and kind of our front office being on the cheaper side of things. So I don't know. Those guys are going to be two big question marks this year. They're going to be two big question marks, but we're going to find out, because if you're looking at it from a economic standpoint, not really going to want to pay a ton of money for Jason Verrett if he can't be available. We know Jason Verrett and the knock on Jason Verrett. He's a fantastic player when he's healthy. The problem is he's more injured. It's not his fault, but it's just how the cards play. He just ends up being unavailable more than he's actually available. Oh, sorry, squirrel. Ooh, Troy Anderson, Montana State. Ooh, good Montana State. I love scouting small school kids. Is a Shanahan guy, according to Taylor Allen. Ooh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. Mason Hawkins says, when Jennings decked Trayvon, also Micah Parsons, who? Oh yeah, when Jennings just rocked Trayvon, like the whole bullies comment thing comes to mind. Whole bullies comment things come to mind. You bullies, bully, or whatever the hell his comment was. Bullies get bullied where I'm from, I think is what he said. He got bullied. Trayvon did. Micah Parsons got rocked a couple times. Micah Parsons, I think, made a couple plays and he showed like why he's a good player. But he wasn't an ultimate difference maker on defense for them. He had good plays. Oh yeah, smash that like button. Almost to 200. Oh, I don't even think I've asked once. Let's go. I don't even think I've asked you guys one time to like this video. But if you would like to, we would love that. Also, I haven't done this either. If you want this hat, squirrel, if you want this hat, you can go and get it. And if you order it now, it should come in before next week's game against the Packers. This specific hat, you see a lot of players wear this hat. You've seen Trey, you've seen Trent Williams, you've seen recently Arden Key last week do a press conference in the red mission hat. Go to residency.com. Obviously, you see it scrolling across on the ticker. If you use this promo code SF9er Mission, you get 25% off. Also, your orders will go to the front of the line because these hats go quick. We also go to the front of the line, make sure that you get your place in front of anyone else who hasn't used that promo code. It's one of the cool things that we got going with the squad. But yes, if you need a residency hat, I got the link. You can see it here, but I also got a direct link in the description of this video. Oh goodness, we have spam in here. Get out of here, spam. That's hilarious. I didn't even see this. before I just went on my whole spiel about the dang hat. Well, now you got, now you know. Now you know where to find it. Like I said, you can go straight to the link in this video, and we'll get you to this specific hat. Use that promo code, 25% off, and free expedited shipping. And these hats are sick, so it's a win-win-win across the board. Vish says, hey, what a game. I'm new here and been watching your videos with Jason Aponte. Great stuff. Let's go. Welcome to the Sourdough Squad, Vish. We welcome you to our gang. We are a gang of degenerates 49er fans that just love to have good energy, good vibes, and talk about 49ers football. So welcome, my guy, to the Sourdough Squad. Hopefully our other Sourdough Squad members will welcome you into our wonderful community that we have here. As you can see, there's DJ already welcoming them in. SoCal saying what's good. We always love getting new members of the Sourdough Squad. So we love and appreciate your time here, Vish. We really, really do. Man, what a day, guys. What a day. What a night. So much has transpired. I mean, I know we all went into that game feeling pretty damn confident. I know we went into that game feeling like the 49ers are going to win. I know we did. And I know you guys were sweating bullets in that fourth quarter, just like I was. Just like I was. Can you say anything calling you a fraud? He's obsessed with Jimmy G. Okay. Sounds good for me. Let's go. I got you. I read it. I didn't want to give him any clout on the way out, but I just blocked his ass. Shout out to chat, please. Hey, like I said, if I trust you and we vibe and you tell me someone in the chat is acting a fool, I'll kick him out instantly. Not even a question. So I appreciate you, Luke, making sure our chat vibes are immaculate. King Geo, you're next, boy. You're next. We almost kicked you that one day. Gio's mad just because he almost got kicked. Gio's mad just because he's remembering the time that we almost kicked him out the chat, but we kept him around. He's been on good behavior. But be careful over there, Gio. You're next, boy. Oh, man. Be careful, Gio. We're just now appreciating your presence around here. Go acting fool again, we'll give you the quick boot. He said I had some flashbacks. Hey, but see what happens. Hey, we might not start out on the right foot, but as long as we can get it on track, we'll figure it out. Peace, Greg. He said, peace, I don't run with snitches. I needed that laugh, Greg. Thank you very much. You know this YouTube stuff, man. It's real hard out here. It's real hard out on these YouTube streets. Snitches get stitches, baby. I love the comments that we get sometimes. It's so funny. People get so upset. I'm leaving. I don't support snitches. Okay. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, my friend. It's okay. Everything's going to be all right. So my goodness, today was insane. The game, the energy leading up to it, the pre-game content was legendary. The after-game content was legendary. And guess what? Guess what tomorrow is? Tomorrow's Victory Monday. Tomorrow is mother effing Victory Monday. Ooh, almost a 250. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I like that. But guess what? Tomorrow's Victory Monday. Tomorrow's Victory Monday, and I cannot wait because you know that Victory Mondays are the most lit content days of the week, especially after a victory. I'm getting donuts. I don't care. I am getting donuts. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if I felt real confident about the game, I was gonna like DoorDash some donuts so I could bring them on the stream and we can vibe. But man, that game was way too close, way too close for comfort for me to even think about placing an order of donuts for them to arrive to me in shambles because the 49ers lost. It was too close. It was too close. I need to do it beforehand and have them ready. Can't wait for the mid-game order. Can't do it. So I should have some for tomorrow. It's just an excuse for me to go eat donuts. So, oh, we hit it. Squad. Look at the sourdough squad. We see you. 250 gang. We hit 250 likes. I love you, random citizen. Thank you so much. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. So I'm really excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for tonight. Dude, it's only 8 o'clock. It's only 8 o'clock. There's a solid like 3 hours of content left. Like I'm gonna break from doing lives, but on Twitter, on Instagram, we are going to be pumped on Facebook too. We're gonna just be pumping content. I got to get my phone charged. I got to pee and other things, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we won. I appreciate all the love in the chat, man. You guys are making me real happy. You're gonna make me get all teary eyed in here. But the SDS squad, you already know what the vibe is. The SDS squad is the best group on YouTube. I don't care. I don't care that we are a small unit. I don't care. We might be small, but what we lack in size, we have so much loyalty. My goodness. We got so many immaculate vibes in the sourdough squad. All you guys commenting in the chat. You guys have no idea how much your vibe in the chat really helps me do this. I'm not a talker. I'm not someone who just talks. Like if a lot of people who know me, they're like, they see me do lives, they're like, you talk like that? Like when I talk about football. But you guys do a really good job of help bringing that out of me. So I do genuinely appreciate all the impact and everything you guys bring to the live. I feed off your energy. So I really do appreciate the sourdough squad. You guys are freaking, like I always say, undefeated. I'm so happy with this win. Oh, we did 300? Oh, get it to 300 now. I got you. I got you. I mean, if we get to 300 before we tap out, I mean, we got 317. Show me 317 right now. I mean, if everyone just went to the video and hit that like button, hell, maybe we could get to 300 before we break. Maybe. I don't know. Is the sourdough squad up for it? Maybe. We'll see. But man, what a game. What a game, man. What a game. This has been such a wild year. We deserve this win. It might have not been the finish that we would have liked to see, but it's the outcome that we wanted. We wanted a win by any means necessary. By any means necessary, we wanted a dub, and the 49ers got it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what this week holds, what it's going to be looking like in Green Bay. Again, we were already getting weather reports. It's going to be between 11 degrees and -3. It's going to be insane. It is going to be insane. walk into work, walk into school with your chest up high. If you got Niner gear, rock it. If you don't, just talk that mess. Just talk that mess, especially if you got a Cowboys fan that you work with. Let them know. If you got a Cowboys fan that you work with, let them know we're coming. Because, hey, this fan base is dope. This fan base is dope. And we might have some toxic ass son of a guns in this fan base, but you cannot question how passionate this fan base is. And you freaking love to see it. Oh, we're close. 286. 286. Last call. Last call, Sourdough Squad. Can we hit that 300 mark? I'm gonna cut it at 8. So it's 758. 758. Can we hit 300? I don't know. Tim Link said I'm toxic. I love it. Let's go. We see you. 288. 288. We got about a minute. We got about a minute left. Oh, 291. 291. Can we do it in a minute? Oh, 295. Oh, we might do it. Officially under 60 seconds. Officially under 60 seconds. Can we hit 300 before the clock strikes 8? I need to see it from DJ. I need the official 300 from DJ. DJ, once you drop, drop the 300. Did we get the 300? Yes, we did. Boom. Let's go. We did it. Squad. Squad goals. Let's go. We hit it. Let's go. SDS ballin'. Per usual, we got there. I appreciate all the squad's help. Per usual, it's always fun watching us try to get that number. Let's go, SDS. I see you vibing in the chat. Let's go. Bread Gang. That's what I'm saying. Bread Gang. Bread Game's undefeated. I appreciate you all. We did it. That's more. 49er fans are stacking more wins. The game is over. The game is over. And we are still stacking W's. You love to see it. Shout out the squad. We really, really like it. We really, really like it. Luke said, I went over to Cowboy Nation TV and told them exactly how they would lose, applying our strengths versus weakness. We argued and then went back after the game and justified everything. Let's go. Let them know. They're probably real upset right now. They're real upset. I thank you, DJ. I think this is sourdough. Oh, man. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. I thank you guys for your time and kicking with me when you could kick it with plenty of others. I appreciate it. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. I think that's a good time to end this live. What is that? 4 lives today? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lives today. I think that is a record. I think that's a record. I'm not sure I've done 5 separate lives in one day. But we did it, and we are ending it with the cherry on top. That is a W. God, it feels good to be a 49er. Does it not? Does it not feel good to be a 49er? I appreciate you guys. We're at 3:15. Let's freaking go. If you haven't subbed already, smash that sub button. You know you can feel the vibes in here. You want more of this. Smash that sub button, hit that like. You want a residency hat, go to residency.com, use the promo code, get 25% off. Links in the description of this video. I think we did it, y'all. I think we did it. Let's freaking go. We will be back for more Victory Monday lives tomorrow. The content continues. We aren't done yet. Let's go. Appreciate the sourdough squad. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a fantastic night.